Yo, 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 what's going on, guys? How is everybody doing out there, man? No days off November, episode 6. We've been going hard, man. We've been going hard, man. You might have missed yesterday's live stream, but Eddie Chambers and myself, we went ahead and we did a boxing clinic where we basically answered all your questions live. If you did not see that particular live stream, I highly recommend that right after this, you go ahead and you watch that live stream. Also, I believe the day before that or the day before that, I think 2 days before that, we did one with my camera guy, Zach, where we trained him. And we basically showed you exactly how we would train a beginner in the gym. Okay. So, I mean, there's a lot of really good videos teaching, how to train somebody and, teaching the fundamentals of boxing, man. So I'm hoping that you guys take advantage of that. I actually got on here a little bit early tonight. I probably should have let you guys know, but I got on here a little bit early tonight, man. So I'm just hoping that we can go ahead and get into it. And today's subject today is going to be a fighter's mindset. All right. So whether you're watching this live or you're watching this later, a fighter's mindset, this is something that I get questions with all the time because a lot of people deal with fear. A lot of people deal with anxiety. A lot of people deal with the issues of inconsistency, just a lot of different issues that people deal with, and it makes it difficult for them to get better at boxing, and these are the things that we have to overcome. All right. So the first thing that we want to make sure that we focus on when we're going ahead and we're thinking about the fighter's mentality, you got to remember, nothing is going to be easy, right? Like everything is going to be a challenge. So you're going to have to be willing to be disciplined, and you typically don't earn your confidence in boxing unless you're doing something on a regular basis, right? So give you an example. The more you stick to your training, the more you stick to your diet, the more you listen to your coach, the more you do the things that you know you're supposed to do. This is how you're going to gain the confidence. And the confidence is really what's going to help you in your boxing journey. So what you got to remember is, if you're not doing the daily training, if you're not doing the daily steps, you're not going to have the confidence to go ahead and get in the ring and spar somebody. I've worked with so many fighters over the years that were amateurs. And then, as soon as I tell them, like, hey, we got another gym coming. And all of a sudden, when I tell them they got another gym coming to spar, all of a sudden they start to get nervous, right? Because now they know, like, yeah, all that work that you haven't been doing is going to get shown today in sparring, right? And it's the same thing for the fight, right? So in order to really have that fighter's mentality, it really starts with the discipline, right? It starts with the discipline. It starts with the consistency. You see what I'm saying? Because if you're not training and you're not listening to your coach, if I tell you, for instance, hey, man, I need you to run in the morning. Okay, I'm not going to be able to watch your running, so you're going to do your run in the morning, and then tonight we're going to go ahead and we're going to train. If you skip that run, right, when you come train, I might not know. You're going to come and say, hey, coach, yeah, I ran this morning. I bet. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to train you. We're going to go ahead. We're going to start working. And then next thing you know, when it's time to spar, the number one thing that's going to be in your mind is going to be, damn, I ain't go for that run. You know what I mean? I ain't go for that run. Shit, am I going to get tired in round 1? Am I going to get tired in round 2, right? So this is very serious. You know what I mean? So you want to make sure that you stay disciplined. I want to say what's going on to the people in the chat real quick. And then, of course, we're going to continue. We got Tania. What's going on, champ? We got Reese. Yo, coach. What's going on, champ? We got Soyola Flacco, huge fan. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much. Hey, man, I got a real question. Honestly, I hope you answer it. Yeah, I'm going to answer some questions, man. But of course, we're talking about a boxer's mindset or a fighter's mindset today. But that's all right. We're gonna get into Q&As and all that type of stuff. We got Stone. What's up, coach? How you doing, champ? Listen, today's subject is going to be the fighter's mentality, right? Because listen, a lot of you guys have Q&As. right? Hey, coach, how do I do this? Hey, coach, how do I do that? But at the end of the day, your mind got to be right. You got to be able to go ahead and execute these things. And the only way you're going to execute it, again, is by what you do on a day-to-day basis, okay? So we're going to get into all your Q&As and all that stuff as well. Let me go ahead and just go through this real quick. People ain't giving a crap what I'm talking about, Zach. People are like, yo, if I take the half step, would Ngannou beat Wilder? Listen, y'all just want to turn this into a Q&A session? We could do that too, you know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. We might as well just turn it into a Q&A session if that's what we're going to do. Look, I'm listening now. We could do a Q&A session. I'm cool, whatever, man. People starting to roll in now. People starting to roll in. Let me go ahead and answer this question, man. If I take a jab with a half step and I want to go back, like step back, do I have to step with my half? What? All right. If I take a half step with a jab and I want to step back, like, do I step back with my half step before I shuffle backwards? Okay, I see what you're trying to say. So you're saying if I step in right here with the jab, do I take this foot back before I shuffle back? Yes, you do. But what's going to happen is it's going to happen so smoothly that you're not really going to really like notice it, right? So stepping in with the jab and then slightly shuffling back. Stepping in with the jab and then slightly shuffling back. So yes, that's exactly how you're going to do it. We got Caesar in the building. What's going on, Caesar? Listen, I try to come in here with a topic, y'all. But if y'all don't want to do a topic, if y'all just want to do a Q&A, I'm totally cool with that. Matter of fact, let me take it a step further.
Change the title.
Yeah, we could change the title. That's cool. I try to give you guys a topic, but I ain't going to force no damn. I ain't going to make your ears bleed either. You see what I'm saying? No days off November means somebody click that link, man. Let me see if somebody wants to click that link tonight. You finna rest, train tonight? What do you mean you're finna rest to train tonight? Oh, okay. So you must be on a different time zone. Caesar, where you from?
Oh shit, I'm about to.
Huh?
I clicked the link.
Oh, you clicked it? Yeah. I put a link in there. If somebody wants to click that link, hit that link right now. Colorado. So damn, what time is it in Colorado, Zach?
It's an hour before it's 8.
Oh, it's 8 o'clock. So damn, what time are you training, Caesar? Like midnight? He said he gonna rest so he could train later.
Yeah, it's 8. It's an hour behind, right? Yeah, it is because Mountain Time or Central, whatever they fucking call it.
Right. Roy, what's up, coach? I want to hear more about a fighter's mindset. Listen, man, I tried. I tried. You can't say I didn't try. No days off November, guys. We're going to go live here every single day for the month of November. Also, just so you guys know, we're already setting up and planning to do a film study tomorrow, okay? So we're going to do a film study tomorrow. So it'll be really dope if you guys can get here for that. The best way, of course, is for you guys to hit the subscribe and the bell notification so you know when I go live. I set the live up for tonight at 10 p.m., ended up going live at 9 p.m. You see what I'm saying? You see how things can get turned around? There's been times where I've set the live streams for 9 p.m. and then I'll go on at 10 p.m.
Ask them what fights they want.
Yeah, exactly. So the goal right now would be for you guys to go ahead and join me for the film study. Let me know what fight you would want me to actually review.
I'll write it down here, by the way.
Yeah, we'll do that. Hello? Desmond, what's going on?
Raymond Ford versus Ryan Garcia.
How you doing? How can I help you?
With the jab.
Okay. I need you
How
to
to defend the
elaborate.
jab.
What's the issue you having with the jab?
How to defend the jab.
How to defend the jab? Okay, well, you're gonna have it just depends, right? There's gonna be a few different issues. You can either block a jab, right? We could step back from a jab. We could slip a jab either direction. What are you getting caught with a jab? What's the situation you're dealing with?
Getting caught with a jab.
Okay, are you getting caught with the jab as you're stepping in with yours, or are you just standing in front of your opponent and getting caught with it?
When I'm stepping in with mine.
Okay, so when you're stepping in with your jab, if you're getting caught with the jab, the best thing you can do is literally keep your hand in place, right? Keep your hand in position. So therefore, when I go ahead and I pop the jab, I got some defense. Another thing you could do is slip as you're doing that as well. Of course, you don't want to make it obvious, but if I'm here and I'm standing in front of you, maybe I hit you with a feint, and then maybe on the second one, I go ahead and I pop a jab and I keep that hand there just in case that person's jabbing with me. The only issue with that is you do have to be careful that they don't come with a hook around the side, so you have to be alert. How long have you been boxing?
I ain't start boxing yet.
You haven't started boxing yet?
No.
So you asking me how to defend the jab, and you haven't even learned how to box yet?
No, I only watch it on YouTube.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, first and foremost, you want to learn how to box, and then learn your stance, learn your punches, and then you worry about defending jabs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
All right, champ. Well, take care. You know what I mean? Listen, guys, if you want to learn how to defend your punches, first learn how to punch. You see what I'm saying? First, learn how to punch. Yeah, let me know what that was crazy. That was crazy. Big shout out though. Thank you for getting on here though. I'll give you courage for that. You know what I mean? That's crazy. All right. Hold on. We got a lot of people who want to see this film study. I should have did the film study tonight. Keep it a stack with you.
Nah, I think tomorrow. But you had Eddie here, right? Eddie will be here tomorrow.
That wasn't the plan.
Well, I'm writing the ideas down anyway. It's better if we write the ideas down today, what fights they want to see, and then you go off it tomorrow and see what I'm saying.
Christopher, what's going on, champ?
I got Loma Haney. Chat.
Bro,
we can't watch fights that were within the last year.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Also, guys, for you guys out there who are gonna join me for the live stream tomorrow, we're gonna do film study. But the films that we're gonna go ahead and look at can't be within the last year because YouTube will knock it down. So we can actually look at film study from maybe a couple of years back or even further back. So, and the only thing I'm going to do is screen share it, right? So it can't be a recent fight. It has to be at least a year old. Somebody said Floyd versus Cotto.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
That's not a bad one. Floyd versus Cotto is a good one.
Hopkins
Trinidad's a good one. I mean, that's the one that I always talk about, right? That broke my heart. We can always go over that.
Judah versus Floyd.
Judah versus Floyd, that's a good one too.
A lot of people want to see Mayweather Holy.
Yeah, I mean, you know, I'm talking about the GOAT. Johnny, what's going on, champ? No days off. Big shout out to Johnny, man. Johnny's part of my private community, and he is the most active. You get the most active award, Johnny. He's a coach. He also works out himself. He invested into the courses. He's part of the private community. He's very active. Just a very nice guy all around. Johnny, man, big shout out to you, man. Just want to make sure you know you are noticed, Johnny. Big shout out to Johnny. We got, Dan, what's going on, champ?
What's going on, Coach Anthony? What's happening with you?
How you doing, man? Yeah, I recognize you, man. We friends on the gram, right?
Yeah. We're friends on the gram.
You and your wife, correct? You and your wife?
Yep.
Okay, how you doing, man? How's everything with you? How's training
been following your
going?
program for a long time.
That's what's up, man. How's everything with you, champ?
Man, everything's going good. Actually, recently I've been fought since 2019 because I had a pretty bad injury, but I got back in the gym today, and I got on the mat with a lot of pros today, and I'm moving around. And my question was about having my combinations come off, I guess, in the fluidity and volume like boxers do, because I can do a lot of Muay Thai and I move around, and I find myself bouncing. And I went against this guy today who was a boxer, and I found myself bouncing and then having to stop to throw my combinations, but they're on like single shot, maybe 2 shots. But he's tapping his feet and lighting me up with like 3 or 4 shots at one time.
And you're trying to figure out how to defend the punches he's throwing, or you're trying to figure out how to let your hands go the same way he's doing?
Letting my hands go the same way he's doing. I don't think I have an issue with being able to defend those shots, is if I can figure out how to get my feet working with the hands in the volume together. I'm wondering, do you step with okay, say you're bouncing, right? You decide to throw off a 4-punch combination or a 2-3-2. You're bouncing. You move.
I'm not gonna step. I'm not gonna step unless my opponent is backing up, right? So if my opponent is backing up, then I'm gonna step to stay with him. But if I move around and I stop, and he's directly in front of me where I stopped, then I'm just gonna let my hands go from there. Now, the one punch that you're always going to step with is your jab, right? So if they're backing up, you're going to step to them with a jab. You might step with your right hand, but you're not going to just be stepping as you're punching. You see what I'm trying to say?
Yes. Yeah.
Now, the other thing is, how hard are you punching? Because if you're throwing hard punches, it's going to be harder to put volume together, right? Like when we're trying to put combinations together and be fluent with our punches, we got to take off some of the power, because if you're trying to hit every shot hard, it's going to be hard to just flow. You know what I mean? When you see these real smooth boxers who can let off combinations, they're not throwing every single punch hard. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You're pop, 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 boom. You see what I'm saying? Or pop, boom. Like, everything isn't just hard. It's harder to land.
Well, that's pretty much, as I'm visualizing because I literally just got out of the sparring session, as I'm visualizing what went down, and my ego's like, man, and I'm so happy I just saw you online, and you're having people ask you the questions. But as you were talking about that, I see where we were kind of in range, 50-50, not really moving, not pulling from space, not taking space, but then I just kept stepping forward, and he would just shoot over top and come at me. And
yeah, you don't want to keep stepping forward because you're giving up your distance. Now, of course, I'm not looking at it. I would have to really see it to really give you the true answer. But based off what you're telling me, you only step to get in range. Mm-hmm. Really. You only should be stepping to get in range. Once you're in range, at that point, you should just be turning your hips for your right hand, turning your hips for your hooks. There's no more need to step, if that makes any sense, because we have already worked our way into range. But if the person is backing up, then you may have to step to them to close the distance to get the range. But the power comes from the rotation of the body when you're turning your right hand, turning your hook, sitting down on your shots, depending on what's happening. And like I said, the main punch that you're always going to probably be stepping around or stepping to a guy with is the jab, because obviously the jab, but if you're stepping with every single shot, and I see a lot of Muay Thai guys like drill like that, but as far as like actually doing it in the ring, you do have to plant your feet when you're throwing combinations for the most part. You move, and then once you plant, that's when you let your combination go, and then you move again when you're finished. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Man, thank you. That made a lot. I mean, people call me Bam for a reason. I stick pretty hard. I'm always trying to pop and trying to force through the guard. And when I'm doing that, then pop, 3 shots came off, and I was like, man, what's going on? Then I started trying to tap my feet and just move my hands really quick, and I was like, maybe that's something I just gotta practice.
Well, you come from a Muay Thai background. I've seen your stuff. You come from a Muay Thai background. Boxing and Muay Thai have similarities with the punches, but if you're just boxing, a pure boxer, you're gonna run into those issues because it's what he does most of the time, and now you got to kind of adapt to that. But what I would say is learn to set up your punches without having to throw every shot hard all the time. I know a lot of Muay Thai guys that I've met over the years, they throw beautiful punches, but everything is hard. Everything is power, power, power. And there has to be a blend of power, technique, speed to give you that fluidity that you're looking for. And if everything is trained to kill with power, it's harder to land those shots. You know what I mean? And you want to disguise the power.
I got one more. Can I ask another question? I got another question too.
100%.
Okay, so as we were moving, I had noticed so I remember from one of your videos, built-in defense to the offense, and you were showing some things. I forgot what it was, but I've got a review. I think it was really with the head movement of bringing the hands back to the face. Now, when I was sparring with him, what I had noticed is when he threw his 1-2, he would make it. He would put his head off the line, but it was so far off the line that I guess I never really realized how, like, what's the distance between your jab and you move your head off the line.
Hold on, say that one more time, because Eddie Chambers is distracting me, and I'm gonna have Eddie chime in on this one too.
I was wondering. All right, so the guy was boxing. He was moving his head off the center line. So when he threw his jab, his head would go right and then left, and I would shoot for it, but it was the distance between his shoulder and his head was a little bit bigger than I'm used to seeing. And I'm wondering, and then as I would throw back, he would just catch me. And then so I'm wondering, like, when you do throw your 1-2s, your jab or your right hand, how far is the distance are you taking your head off that line from your shoulder, from your right hand?
Oh, okay. I mean, it does. Like if I'm popping a jab, I can drop pretty far. I can drop pretty far when I'm popping a jab, depending on the height of the opponent that I'm boxing as well. And the same thing with the right hand. You can drop a decent distance. When I'm throwing the right hand, though, I don't think I'm gonna overly, unless I'm maybe shooting an overhand, right? But if I'm shooting that straight, if I'm shooting a right hand, I can drop a decent amount. You know what I mean? What you think about that, Eddie?
What is that when you shoot?
When you're slipping off the center and you're popping a jab.
And you popping a jab, yeah, you can drop good. You can drop a good amount.
Yeah, you can drop a good amount. You can drop a good amount because I can drop real low and pop that jab to the head.
Because you can jab up to the head with that. Yeah.
The same thing with the right hand.
Yeah. Well, with the right hand. With the right hand too.
Yeah, you can actually drop. Yeah, I wouldn't be looking to do that every time I throw a right hand or a jab though. But it's something you can add to your game for sure. And when you throw a right hand you naturally go off that line. Like if I throw a right hand without trying to exaggerate it, I naturally go off the line. If my line is here, I'm here now by the end of the shot, naturally, without effort.
I think when my Muay Thai training has had me so much worry about taking my head outside the box and then meeting a kick that I become a little too stationary with my head on combinations, and it might be in the same spot.
Yeah, I mean, I know you guys don't move your head. Listen, I have some intellect of Muay Thai. If you guys do the head movement too much, you could walk into a roundhouse kick or whatnot. Like I literally had a Muay Thai guy tell me we don't slip much, or maybe at all for that matter. But when you're boxing, slipping is a big deal. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So it's an adjustment that you're gonna have to make. You're not worried about elbows. You shouldn't be unless you're fighting Tyson Fury, like he just ain't got no. You know what I mean? But unless if you're boxing most boxers, you're not worried about elbows. You're just worried about punches. So you want to be able to slip and use head movement. Where in Muay Thai, I know you guys do a lot of blocking and a lot of checking with your legs and stuff like that, where the game is a little different. So, you're going to have to spend time boxing more if you want to improve boxing. That's really what it comes down to. You're not going to be able to do Muay Thai and come to boxing and be as effective. You may be effective to a degree depending on who you're boxing, because you might be more athletic, you might be stronger, you might have more striking experience than the boxer. But when you start to step up in that level and compete with boxers who do this all day, every day, you're going to have to work with some fighters that are boxers so you can make those adaptations. You know what I mean?
Yeah. There are some of those small things that boxers do, those adaptations, that I really want to tie into my game, because then it takes your foundation of Muay Thai across the board. You end up being a lot better than everybody else. And one of the best Muay Thai fighters in the game, I had asked him, how do you, what styles do you implement into your style? He's like, boxing, taekwondo, everything. He takes his head off the line. He slips punches. He'll slip a punch off into where you think he would get kicked, and he slips back onto the line. And I'm trying to figure out how to really integrate the boxing movement and vibrato to Muay Thai as well.
My number one recommendation for you is, you've been doing Muay Thai for a long time. I don't know if you got fights coming up or whatnot, but I would just tone back on the Muay Thai for a little bit. You've already been doing it for years. So not throwing some kicks for a while, focus on just boxing. Get with a boxing trainer. I know you're overseas, right? Where you at?
Actually, I just moved back to Vegas this year.
Oh, my God, you're in the mecca of boxing. You should just be going to all the boxing gyms over there. Go check out the Top Rank Gym, Mayweather Gym. There's a bunch of gyms you can go to in Vegas and just box, bro. And don't even worry about sparring. Mm-hmm. Just find a trainer who's willing to work with you, pay him whatever he wants, you know what I mean? Within reason, and just box for a while. And then once you get comfortable there, spar with boxers, leave the Muay Thai alone for a little bit. I'm not saying get rid of it. Yeah. I'm just saying leave it alone for a little bit so you can improve on your boxing. Why not? I mean, it's only going to benefit your Muay Thai. It's not like you guys don't throw boxing punches. You know, and like you said, if you could incorporate some slipping and head movement and fluidity, I think the footwork would also be very beneficial for you guys. I think the footwork, the head movement, and just learning how to turn soft punches into hard punches and being more relaxed with your punches, those are the advantages that you're going to have over Muay Thai fighters when you do go back to Muay Thai. You already know how to kick. You already know how to do all that stuff. So you ain't going to lose that stuff. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to go away. Just improve on what you need to improve on.
I appreciate that a lot. There's a lot of insight there, too. I'm going to go home and work on hitting soft and popping off combinations, and then cracking at the same time and moving my feet.
All right, man. Yo, thank you, Bam. Thank you for up, man. Hit me up on Instagram, man. We follow each other, bro. So any questions you have, man, I'm here for you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm about to get back into the game. I've been off for a minute, but I got the go ahead to get back into it. So I appreciate you answering my question too and everything.
All right, man. I'll talk to you soon, champ. Yeah, my boy Bam pulled in here, showing love, asking some Muay Thai. Come over here, man. Look who I got. Matter of fact, let me get up, man. No. Have a seat. Have a seat. So have a seat. We're going to let Eddie answer some questions.
No, we ain't.
We're going to let Eddie Chambers answer. Look at that shirt, bro. That shirt fire. What's up with that shirt?
I don't know.
So what's it stand for? So you got
Team Chambers.
the Team Chambers shirt.
Oh.
No, I gave Eddie the chair. You know what I'm saying? I gave Eddie the chair.
I don't know why.
So yo, check it out. I came on here to do a boxer's mindset.
Okay.
Talking about the fighter's mindset.
Okay.
And then nobody gave a crap. Everybody's like, yo, whatever, man. How do you throw a jab? You know what I'm saying? Yo, congratulations. We don't give a shit. We want to know how to throw a hook. So we just started doing a Q&A.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So listen, anybody out there want to go ahead and ask Eddie Chambers a question, answer the question. And if you got courage, boxing questions only, okay? Hit the link, all right? And ask a question, man. And we're going to let the professional world-class fighter. Look, you see the picture on the wall. Show the picture on the wall, man. You know what I'm saying?
Man,
me and Eddie Chambers after a knockout victory. Okay, a little knockout victory. You guys can do that, or
got lucky.
let me see here what's going on. There's so many questions, man.
That's what that thing out my ear.
You know why when you said that, it was gonna be like a flood.
Yo. Okay, Eddie, go ahead and answer that one. Coach and Fast Eddie Chambers, how do you crack the Philly shell when your opponent is shelled up and bent to the right? Pause. Go ahead.
Bent to the right. Jab, man. That jab is the best thing to use when the Philly shell is like you watch when Floyd and Cotto fought.
We might do that tomorrow for film study.
Oh, for real?
I'm gonna do a film study tomorrow. We might do Cotto Floyd because a few people mentioned that. Eddie just mentioned it by default. So
and even with Oscar when he fought Floyd, a lot of like success, and even to go back a little bit further, but he wasn't really using it a lot in that particular fight. I mean, he used it some. Was with Emmanuel Augustus. There was a lot of straight shots he was throwing too. So honestly, straight like jabs, right hands can be, you could be a little more susceptible to get caught with the counter right hand if you do it. But I think the jab is a good weapon.
I like the jab too because you got to think with. You see how I'm standing? I'm gonna try to emulate him. I'm tilted to that right. Yeah. If that right hand comes, I can tilt right under that. Where from here, the jab. You can kind of pop that jab to wherever the guy's going. When in doubt, jab out. We got my boy Banks about to get in here. What's going on, brother?
What up, bro?
How you doing, champ?
I'm good. How are you, bro?
Good, man. How can we help you, man?
I just came to say what's up.
Yo, what's up, man? You ain't been posting nothing in the community, bro. What's going on?
I've been locked in.
Locked in or locked up, man?
I've been locked in. I've been boxing.
Oh, okay. All right. That's good. The way you said locked in, man, didn't sound like, you know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just getting off your energy. Okay, so you've been locked in?
Yeah.
How much you weigh?
Right now, I'm at 165, 160.
Oh, you 165. Damn, I was going to say come down for some sparring, but I don't got nobody 165 for you.
Except me. Nah.
You can spar Eddie. You can spar Eddie.
Nah. That's a lot of weight.
My camera look weird right now.
Okay. But I'm glad to see you doing good, man. If there's anything you want to ask, anything you want to do, man, let me know right now.
I said Floyd Cotto because I like that fight. That's a hell of a fight.
That's the fight you want us to do a film study on?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
All right, bet.
Definitely.
Say no more. That's like three. You was the one who said it. You said it. Yeah. Floyd Cotto, man.
That's all the fights that.
Oh, this is the fights. A lot of people. Okay, hold on. This is the fights that people say. You got Floyd Cotto, Hopkins, Trinidad, Pacquiao versus Mayweather. I don't know if we could find that online.
You
could do Crawford, Gamboa too.
The Crawford Gamboa.
Oh, that's a good one.
Judah versus Floyd, Mayweather versus Canelo. I don't think we're gonna find that online.
You can find.
You don't think so?
You can find it on YouTube.
Can we?
I think you can find that.
That's been over.
GGG versus Canelo. I like that one for the first fight because a lot of people, that was a controversial fight.
Controversial as hell, yeah.
A lot of people felt Canelo didn't win. And
did you score that one too? Is that what y'all
I would score and give film study like what each fighter was doing, right, good and bad and what they was doing, setting up tactics or whatever.
Yeah, that's my thing. That's what I was saying.
Yeah,
I
that'll be dope.
Do that joint. Yeah,
Trinidad De La Hoya.
Yo, we're gonna have to make a call soon, Coach.
A what?
We're gonna have to make a call soon.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man. Whenever, man. You know how to contact me.
Yeah, I'm trying. I don't know if you could do it, but I'm trying to do like some personal training, like one-on-one type shit.
All right, we'll set up everything on the call.
Feel me?
Yeah.
I know you ready. Yo, hit me.
I'm ready, boy.
I've been studying your courses like this like whole week.
And how they going?
They going good. They really help a lot. Like,
All right, man. That's what's up, man. Well, you're not far. I know you in PA, right?
yeah, I'm PA.
All right, so yeah, we could make it happen, man. You're just gonna have to drive to Jersey.
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
All right. Yeah, we'll set it up. So, yo, listen, I'm going to keep going this live, man. Hit me up on Instagram so we can go ahead and set that up for you.
Say that.
All right, Banks. Talk to you later, man. Peace, man. My boy Banks pulled up, showing love. Look, Armando in this joint. Yo, Armando, you've been getting a lot of information out of us, Armando.
Yeah.
You're going to have to sign up. I ain't giving you no more tips till you sign up. All right? Armando, I'm watching you, man. I'm seeing that name every day. He's trying to get all the information.
Yeah,
He's like, yo, no day off November.
He said, I'm on that.
I'm writing this down.
On that.
You're going to have to sign up, Armando. Go ahead, Eddie. Answer this one. Eddie, what was your most complete performance in your mind and why? That's a good one.
I mean, there's two that come to mind when I think about it. The one was when I fought Alexander Dimitrenko, I think.
That was a good one.
I think that one, yeah. I think that was probably one. But I actually think I did better and performed even better in a loss with Tomas Adamic. I think that was probably the best one. Because there's so many things I had to do.
But that wasn't complete, though. Because you only had one arm. How can that be complete?
That's right. Well, I mean, I had to be
Show him the bicep.
Oh yeah, it's all well.
So,
it's
look,
torn up here too. Like
that's when he fought.
No, this was from Spartan. This is when I fought. This is the one from when I fought. You can't. I'm trying to like put it to where
because the camera's over there.
Oh yeah, he put okay. Well yeah, but that's when this one I got from sparring.
Hold up, I get to talk about what I wanted to talk about. A fighter's mindset. Eddie, can you talk to the people real quick about what you had to do in order to complete a fight where you tore your bicep in the first round, y'all?
Yeah, that's crazy. And
finish the fight, and really you won. Unfortunately, the judges didn't give it to Eddie. We all know why, for the people who saw the fight, if you didn't watch it.
Yeah.
But what does it take to finish a fight with a torn bicep, bro? Like, not just fighting with one arm, the pain that you had to deal with and all of that. Like, let me know.
Thank God for adrenaline for one, because that's why I didn't really feel a lot of the pain right away. It took till, once the fight was over, and then it kind of set in a little bit more. But man, it's just determination to continue, man. There was no option. You know what I mean? I didn't have a lot going on at that time. I needed that fight. I needed to win that fight. The goal was to stop me, to be honest, because we knew we weren't going to get no decision, even though the Prudential Center was like, a rock throw from my house compared to where he's from. You know what I mean? But that's where he filled that place up many times. So it was like he's a home fighter there. He was with me in events before I got with him. So we knew we had a lot of work to do in that. So we expected to do that. But then when the bicep tear happened, it was like, damn, what can I do? Like, maybe I should just chalk it in, because I ain't gonna get the decision even if I was to be able to beat him with one hand. And he said, you know what, the hell with it. You know what I mean? It's pointless to to walk away and give up. I ain't never done that before. I ain't quitting unless there's for some reason I can't defend myself. So I said, why the hell would I quit? And I talked to I was in the corner with my guy Bashir at the time, and he was like, yo, something wrong. And I was like, yeah, I think something wrong with this arm. I tried to use it. I didn't even realize it was torn. That's why I kept looking at it. I was like, what the hell is wrong with this thing? And then I was like, I thought I had something caught on my arm or some shit, because it just felt kind of weird and I couldn't extend it. So, I went back to the corner after the first round and was just kind of wondering. I was like, yeah, you know what? I'll be all right. I'm gonna go try and see what it feels like this round. I threw, like, if you watch the fight, you could see I threw like one shot in the second round, and just like, you know what, I ain't gonna be able to use this thing. So I just finished out the second round, talked to Bashir in the corner. I was like, yo, I think something wrong with this bicep. I don't think I can use it. He's like, so what you want to do? And I was like, man, we just gonna keep rocking. I'm gonna do what I can. You know what I mean? I said, I'm gonna keep going. And I felt that I couldn't land them counter right hands and right hands in general. So I said, I'm gonna have to. And then it's funny because me and my brother used to talk about it before. Like, what if we lose the use of the left hand? Because it's like I think it's a little easier to use the use of your right hand because you don't use it as much as you use your left. So we was like, yo, if you lose the left, man, what are we gonna do? I was like, yo, we're gonna have to probably switch. So that's when I started, like, I used to watch like Shane in the gym and a lot of other guys in the gym, they'd be training southpaw, practicing southpaw. So I was like, sure, you know what, I'm gonna work on that. So I started working southpaw a lot and over my career, and just in the gym. I even did it in fights. So with that fight, I was like, I'm gonna have to figure out a way because I gotta land shots I gotta land meaningful shots on the board in order to, get respect, but also maybe if I could try to stop him catching something you don't see. And then I gotta still be able to be active with the right hand. So I'll switch when it's time for me to do that. So we came up with that shit on the fly. I was like, we just gonna do it.
So basically, to make a long story short, he didn't give himself a choice.
Yeah.
And when you don't have a choice like that, there's an old saying, I think, like that, right? Like, you don't realize how strong you are till you have no other choice. And that's one of the number one things that a fighter, has to have. We got my boy Ray Hudson. What's going on, brother?
How you guys doing, man?
We good, brother. How can we help you, man?
It's nice to finally get to talk to you guys, man. I learned a lot from you guys, man. Y'all like real inspirations to me. I am a USA boxing silver level coach myself, so I am actively training young athletes as far as for amateurs, and I learned a lot from you guys, man. I just wanted to really come over here and tell you guys do a great job every day keeping this show going. I bought a lot of your videos as well. I learned the Philly shell directly from you guys, and I've been teaching my little guy that since he was like 8, man. He's 11 now.
How's it working out?
It's working out real well for him. Like at this point, man, my little guy's a Northern California, 2-time Northern California champion. And he's fighting in the state finals in December. And after the state finals, for the silver glove region thing, we're gonna go to nationals after we win in Compton. That's the plan. And like we learn a lot from you guys, man. It's a real inspiration. I have like a real set of coaches that I learned from myself, and I look at you as a coach, man, because that's how much of your stuff I learned from. You know what I mean? So it's nice to finally get to speak to you guys. And just,
I'm glad you got on here and you said that publicly and you let us hear it, and it feels good to know that, because when we make our videos and we make our courses, we don't really know who we helping. We're just letting people get the information that we know we've worked so hard to obtain. And I'm just glad to hear that, you're actually putting it into use, and your boys are benefiting from it. And however we can help you, man, that's the whole goal here, is to be able to help people as much as we can.
Yeah.
Well, like the styles is different everywhere, and that's what I learned. I asked you a question about how a while ago, and you answered it. It was about how to deal with brawling Mexicans, because I'm in California. That's what we deal with a lot over here. So my little guy, he had to the Philly shell, it works to a degree with these people because they're going to swing a lot at you. That's what we deal with the most out here. And then amateurs, I've really been drilling into them 100 punches around, because you got to really let your damn hands go. It's over before you know it. You guys know how amateurs, if you remember back that far, Eddie, it's real quick. So I'm like drilling into them. You can do the Philly shell, but you need to let your hands go 100 punches around. So I've been really implementing that when I'm teaching them. If he doesn't do the 100 punches around, and he doesn't know, because I got the counter, if he doesn't do it, then it's push-ups. You know what I mean?
But I'm going to be honest with you, man. That's the exact right approach, because, for instance, I had a kid by the name of Gabriel Crespo Bino.
Yeah.
And we won the silver gloves, and we actually had to go out to the West Coast to win it. That's a predominantly a West Coast tournament. You know that, being from the West Coast. And we won the whole nationals, and we knew that going in. And even though, we worked shoulder rolls and all that type of stuff, that wasn't the mentality that we went there with. We went with the mentality that we were going to be in the best shape and he was going to let his hands go and he was going to outpunch them. And that's really what we ended up doing. So, and he had some footwork and good skills. I mean, he knows Gabriel was a fantastic boxer, but he can also rumble with you. So being able to do both is the key, especially at that young age, because then that develops their character. And then when they get older, of course, that pace slows down a little bit.
And that's the deepest part about it. That's why I love learning from you guys, because I learn a mixture of both. Like you teach a mixture of both. And like I've taken what you taught me as far as like what to do as a professional and just turned it up a notch for amateurs. But as he starts to grow, that's the goal, man. My little guy, he made up his mind. He's gonna be a champion for sure. And I can't wait for you guys to see him, man. Wait for all you guys to see him.
I can't wait to see him. And like I tell people, man, I believe in everybody who believes in themselves, because at the end of the day, you know, that's where it all starts. You know what I mean?
It's a fact.
Yep.
Yo, Ray, man.
That's the main thing I wanted to express to you guys. I just wanted to get that out and talk to you guys directly. You guys keep doing y'all stuff, man. Y'all doing a great job of motivating people. And I really love all the work. And I love learning from y'all, man. Y'all really great at what y'all
man.
do.
I really appreciate you saying that, man. Keep in touch, stay in the loop. You know, we're going live every day for the month of November, so you're more than welcome to get on here and chop it up. And if there's anything we can help you with, and if you ever want to get back on here, man, just let us know.
All right, man. Y'all have a good night, man. You too, Eddie, man.
Peace, man. Hey, man, this live is going better than I expected. When I first cut it on, I sat there with my pen and my paper. I was like, all right, guys, so this is a fighter's mindset. Everybody's like, yo, chalk that. We ain't trying to hear that.
They want to get info.
Yeah, they want to hear, but that's cool, though, man, because really what I really want here is, you know, to help you. But again, the fighter's mindset.
Yeah.
Adaptability. Okay, being able to adapt. You just heard it from the coach. You know what I mean? He's fighting in the West Coast. He's fighting Mexican-style fighters. You can't fall in love with one style of fighting. You got to be able to adapt, and you got to be able to bite down on your mouthpiece, and you got to be able to go out there, and you got to be willing to rumble. And it's just like real life.
That's a fact.
Because something might happen in real life, and you're ready to throw in the towel, and you got to make an adapt. You got to adapt. Yeah. You know, what if you're working at a job and, you know, your whole life, you're like, this is the job, and then you get fired. What are you going to do? Fall into a deep depression?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So life and boxing are the same, because, okay, I got fired. I got to adapt. I got to figure something else out. Well, in boxing is the same thing. Okay, you've been working on one thing for so long. Now it's not working. What the hell else can I do? Can you think of any situation where maybe what you was doing wasn't working and you were able to turn on the switch and make it work for you? Maybe an amateur fight, maybe something like that, a sparring match, anything.
Yeah, it just been many times in sparring where I was sparring guys and one. I mean, this was over years. Actually, it's a good one is with Tyson. When I first started sparring with Tyson Fury, I didn't have no answers, bro. I had to figure out. I had to adjust to what he was doing, and literally make a way to be able to compete with somebody that's 8-9 inches taller, you know, about 40, 50 pounds heavier, maybe 60 pounds heavier, depending on the situation, and then is really skilled and fight from range, both hands. You know what I'm saying? Southpaw and orthodox. So I had to figure it out. Had to make an adjustment, even to be able to live in the camp with him, because we were sparring constantly. And unless I was going to take them lumps and be getting put on the ground and getting beat up all the time, I was going to have to make some kind of adjustment, because what I did when I first got there just wasn't working. And if you don't have the right mindset and you ain't mentally strong and tough, and I ain't going to sit here and lie. Yo, there was a period when I was working, was the hardest camp I've ever been a part of. There was a period that I was working with them and I was like, bro, I don't even know if I can keep this up. It was when I first started getting back in shape. So it was like, man, but that I don't want to quit kicks in, and that I ain't never quit anything in my life before kicks in too.
Let me answer this question. I didn't realize I thought he was just making a statement. I'm glad you talked about the fighter's mindset. Can you please speak on the mental preparation for the emotions you feel, especially when you're fighting for the first time?
Oh God.
Let's leave that up there so you can go ahead and answer that.
Yo, that's crazy.
Your first fight.
My very first fight. All right, my first amateur fight, bro. I honestly, if I had a driver's license, I've been said this. I might have left. I was that nervous, bro. I was like, man, I ain't trying to even be here. Man,
And I got a different experience, and I'm gonna tell you mine from my first amateur fight. But go ahead.
Man, I was so nervous, and my dad, I knew my dad would have killed me. So I was just like, you know what? I'm here. I'm in it. I'm already in it. You know what I mean? Even though when I was walking in the ring, I was like, I'll let them get me to do this shit. Like, my dad told me I would say that. And I literally said those exact words. How'd I let them get me to do this shit? And I went up there, and I beat this kid so bad that they almost, he almost killed him, it felt like. I hit him with nothing but jabs in the first round, literally, constantly. Nothing but jabs. And then the second round, I threw two extra punches and stopped him. But I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to deal with it. I was sitting there, they didn't really know how to do it.
So let me ask you a question. Now, after fighting, like if you can give this guy a shortcut, after fighting all the fights you fought, what are some things that you can do, or does it ever go away?
Honestly, I think you should kind of like relish that. I think that it's important to understand that that's a part of your feelings. That's just something you're going to feel. It's not something you should shy away from. You know what I mean? If you didn't care, you wouldn't feel that way. But you care, and you should care, because you're getting into a situation that's not only dangerous, but it may have your future in the grasp of it. So you don't want to just completely not be nervous or figure out a way around it, because it's not going to happen, bro. You're going to be nervous. You know what I mean? It's just embrace it and use it. Use it as fuel. Aim it, and hopefully that works for you.
Yeah, I've worked with a bunch of fighters, and I can't tell you, almost every fighter I've ever worked with is nervous to some degree. Some more nervous than others. I think it also has to do with your personality, the kind of person you are, also who you're boxing, how well you prepared. All these things come into play. You know what I'm saying? Like when you know that you put in the work, and you'll know, like, for instance, you'll go into a fight confident when you know who you're boxing. But let's just say you don't know necessarily who you're boxing, but you know who you've been sparring. Mm-hmm. So if you've been sparring quality guys, let's say you came in and you started sparring Eddie, and by the 6th week, you're starting to give Eddie a run for the money, and you know the guy you're fighting ain't as good as Eddie. Guess what? You're going to that fight confident. You're going into that fight excited, actually, because you're like, I get to show the world how good I am. You're still going to be nervous, though, because what if this guy catches me, right? But at the end of the day, you're going to be confident. Now, if you know you ain't been training that good, if you know you've been getting your ass whooped in the gym, if you know you ain't doing what you're supposed to be doing, and then you're going to fight somebody really good, yeah, you're going to be scared to death, as you should be. So, there's certain things that you have to also take into account. That's why I tell people the fighter's mindset is something that is developed. And that was one of the main points that I wanted to make about this stream tonight. It's something that you develop over time through experiences, through training, through all the different variables. Some guys are naturally tougher than others, the same way some guys are naturally taller than others, and some guys are naturally stronger than others, right? But at the end of the day, you have to develop it.
Somebody, I know this is off subject. Somebody said Andrew a lot of my.
Go ahead, say it again.
Right here. And they hurt my.
Oh,
stop hating.
Yeah. Hey, any tips on cutting weight healthy? The number one tip that I can give you on that, I don't know if Eddie wants to add to that. I mean, you didn't really have to cut too much weight as a heavyweight.
Not really.
But is try to maintain a healthy diet year round, or, so you're not like trying to strip off 30 pounds a month before the fight, right? Like if you are a disciplined person and you're eating good all the time, you might only have to cut 10 pounds, and that could be done the week of the fight. Right. But if you're like super overweight and now the whole camp is focused on losing weight, now when you go into the fight, guess what? You're going to be weak. The whole time you was losing weight, you didn't even get to focus on your fundamentals or your skills the way you wanted to, because the weight loss was the biggest issue. So I'm talking to you as if you're a professional fighter right now. This is why you don't want to be one of these guys that yo-yo diet and go up and down with that. You want to be a disciplined person. Bernard Hopkins used to talk about it. Yeah. He wouldn't go 5 pounds over his weight his whole career. He fought till he was 50 years old.
And I know it personally. I know we used to work with my manager. They said that dude with one piece of cake after the fight, and after that, back on his diet. He was the most disciplined cat ever. as far as from listening to what Rob and them was saying. So yeah, that's definitely the way to go.
Yeah. Still got some people in here. My cameraman wants to go, guys, but we not leaving yet. My cameraman.
My cameraman.
I shot him. Oh, he wants to go.
He ain't lying though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's been working hard, man. He's been putting in overtime, y'all. So cut him a break. All right.
Yo, you put this.
Shut up, but he's like, he wants to go.
All right. Okay, Fast Eddie, what do you think about the Mexican jab with your hand, like if you're holding a mug? A guy was using it, and it seemed to penetrate my guard, but no coach teaches it. I actually teach that. So when you say no coach teaches it, you just met a coach who teaches that. I actually had my fighter Raymond Ford do that to a guy a week ago. So I don't call it the Mexican jab. However, ironically, I did learn it from a Mexican coach.
Ain't that funny? Must be a Mexican jab.
Big shout out to Martin Martinez who taught me this years ago, but it's simply just that.
Straight up.
And when you got a guy who's standing like this, peekaboo, that's a great way to get that shot through.
Yo, listen, I had that. The first time I had that happen to me, I was sparring this kid. His name was Adam. He was the kid. He was older than me at the time, and I used to have, obviously, the high guard, especially back then. Snuck that thing right through, and I was supposed to be doing drills with him, catching the jab, bah, right in the nose. I'm like, damn.
You can also do the same thing with the uppercut.
Yeah, you can. Yeah.
So the uppercut comes up like this. You see that? So it's like those guys who got that tight guard, especially with the gloves, you got the extra padding. When you turn the uppercut, it can get blocked easy. But if you just slide it through, you know what I'm saying? It'll sneak through. So those are some Mexican tips, I guess you could say. Pause. Dang. But I guess that is something. That is something that Mexican fighters do, I believe. I never looked at it as a Mexican technique. However,
I never thought of it that way.
I did learn that from a Mexican fighter, and you're bringing it up. So yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that if you want. I can't afford to go to a boxing gym. How should I start at home? Well, go to my YouTube channel. Look up all the thousands of videos that we got on there and practice. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully you can eventually get your financial situation good. Or I don't know where you live, but maybe there's a PAL in your area where you can sign up to. You know what I'm saying? When I was younger, we used to go to the PALs, and those are free programs. So maybe you can find a free program at a PAL. You can always go through YouTube and try to figure this out on your own. Of course, it's hard to do that, but I mean, you got to do what you can do, right? When your finances aren't right. But when you do get your money right, you know, you do want to invest into it, because really that's the only way you're going to get anybody to spend time with you, man. Time is money, and trainers want to get paid. And, you know, that's just what it is, man. So, you know, I wish you the best.
Pause. Not even gonna say it. I'll wait till after, man.
Let me see here. Yeah, a lot of coaches teach too rigidly, like this thing and that thing only. I think you should know a little bit of everything. That way you can adapt. Yeah, 100%. I try my best, and I pride myself in trying to adapt to as many different ideas as possible, because, again, if you got a trainer and everybody fights the same, if you got a training camp and everybody fights the same, you know, it's really not a good thing. You know what I mean? And you know a good trainer when you got a trainer who got 10 guys and all 10 guys fight differently, and that guy could still train those 10 fighters. That's when you know you got yourself a good trainer, because it's about adapting to the athlete as well. And especially if that athlete comes with prior experience, you can't try to completely change that fighter around. You want to just work with what they got. And a lot of the times, you know, it's like it's personalities and body types. There's a lot of things that go into working with a fighter. That's threw me off. Thank you for everything. Can't wait to see you soon in your channel and your advice. Keep grinding at work. All right, guys, listen, no days off November. continues for the month of November every single day. Tomorrow we're going to do film study. We haven't picked the fighter yet. Zach, can you show me the list of options? Guys, right when I turn off this stream, if you guys would be as kind to tell me which fight you would like me to review tomorrow. I'm going to read the list that we got one more time. But when we cut the stream off, do it there as well, because a lot of times I like to look at the comments after the stream's off. And if you put the fight that you would want me to review, it might resonate with me more. But somebody said Floyd versus Cotto. That's a very high pick right now. Mm-hmm. Hopkins versus Trinidad, the fight that broke my heart. That's a high pick right now.
Yeah, it broke a lot of us down.
Pac versus Mayweather. Judah versus Floyd. That's a good one. That was an entertaining fight. I wouldn't mind watching that again. Nonito versus Inoue won. That's actually
a good fight.
That's a good fight.
Yeah, that is.
I like
fight.
that.
Honestly, I didn't see all of it.
I saw. Yeah, I was watching. Listen, I like that.
Good fight.
I gotta say, man, I'm an Inoue fan. I really am.
Fight his ass.
That kid could fight, man. I didn't know how good he was because, unfortunately, man, like the older you get in the sport, the less you watch these guys. And it's crazy. Like, I remember I used to watch, like, Floyd Mayweather Sr.
Yeah.
They used to interview him, like, Floyd, what do you think about this guy? He'd be like, who the hell is that? Like, right?
Yeah.
And I used to be like, how are you a boxing trainer and you don't know?
Yeah.
Now I'm going through it.
Same shit, yeah.
Because we've been watching this sport for so many years. After a while, you just, like, you lose track. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? But Inoue was under the radar, even though I heard his name over and over and over and over again. But the kid is really, really good. And it wasn't just the Stephen Fulton fight that turned me on to that. That was the fight that made me go ahead and start looking at his other fights. And I was like, damn, how the hell did I miss this guy?
Yeah.
The kid is good. The kid is good.
There's a couple things about those statements. We ain't going to go into one of them, but yes, you are 100% right.
Say pause.
Oh, I forgot to say pause.
You said turn me on.
Mayweather versus Canelo. You got guys saying some good ones in the chat right now.
Yeah.
Trinidad versus Oscar De La Hoya.
Yo, that's on here, right?
Yeah, that's on here. And then we got Floyd versus Mosley 1. Your favorite fighter, Mosley.
Floyd Mosley 1. What, you said Floyd Mosley?
Yeah, Floyd Mosley. I don't know why it's a 1
There's
there.
a 1. I'm like, huh?
They only fought once.
Yeah.
And then, of course,
that was good early, but then it got to be 1
then, of course, Crawford versus Gamboa. That one already got mentioned.
Yeah.
So,
that's good too.
Listen, whatever we pick tomorrow is going to be a good fight. And we're going to go ahead and break it down and do the film study. So, guys, do me a favor, though, real quick, guys. Make sure, if you don't already, where the hell is my... Do I even have it here anymore? Did I delete my number? Let me find out I deleted that, John. Okay, I guess I did. All right, well...
We do a film study at Eddie Chambers. Eddie Chambers film study?
Yeah, but you know what? That would be crazy.
Yo, Ant.
What's up?
That'd be a great idea for one of the No Days Off November. Have Eddie actually film study one of his fights.
That'll be dope. Somebody asked him to do that.
He did?
Sorry, I took your idea.
Nah, that's actually a good one. We could do that too. That's an option. Or maybe we don't got to film study a whole 12 rounds of a fight. Maybe we could pick several fights and just go over certain rounds. You know what I mean? Whatever we do, we're going to make sure that we provide value to you guys. Guys, make sure you guys text me 215-709-5437 so you could be alerted when I go live. Matter of fact, do me a favor. Text me right now and let me know that you're paying attention to what I'm saying right now, saying, Coach, I seen you ask me to text you, just so I can know. If you don't have the number, get the number, because that's where I'm going to go ahead and let you guys know exactly what time I'm going to go live. Today, we were set to go at 10 o'clock. We ended up going a little bit earlier. So sometimes the time gets switched up based on whatever's happening, and I would hate for you guys to miss, especially if we got an opportunity to go over something like a film study. I've never done a film study before. So... a film study would be super dope. I want to say thank you to everybody who tuned in. You got the number. You guys already know. See you tomorrow. Bye.